Hi there, this is Shauna from the Foiled Fox, and I'm back again on the Papertrey Ink and Ink to Paper YouTube channel, and I'm sharing the You Are My Happy stamp and die set. This is a great set of theirs. I've had so much fun with it. It has oodles of things you can do, and it has 4 different flowers, a flower pot, lots of leaves and foliage and sentiments. It's very versatile. And then it has a die set that cuts out the major pieces. And then for this particular design, I'm using the Border Basics rectangle die and the Border Bling lots of dots, which really I think will add a little pizzazz. So to get started, I'm going to take out the 4 flowers out of the stamp set and the flower pot. I've positioned them in my stamp positioner. And I have a piece of Nina white cardstock. This is the heavyweight, 110. And I am stamping this big flower with hibiscus burst. And the whole reason why I put it in the stamp positioner is because I wanted to stamp it twice if I needed to, if I wasn't getting as strong of an impression that I wanted. And in I think all of these cases, I did end up stamping them twice. So the next flower, that's the next largest flower, excuse me, is Summer Sunrise, and then it's Bright Buttercup, and then finally the smallest flower will be out of Sweet Blush, a really nice pink. And then now, after that's done, I'm going to stamp the flower pot, and the pot I'm using Ocean Tides and a little green parakeet. So I put Ocean Tides on the edges all the way around, and then heavier on one side, and then the green parakeet on the opposite side. So I'm creating a light side and a dark side just to give it kind of a shaded look. With that done, I'm going to use these fabulous centers for these flowers. It's kind of a starburst center, and I think it really makes these flowers. So I'm using some of the coordinating colors that I have already used, but I'm adding one more, and I'm using the Raspberry Fizz just to get a really bright center. And these just really spice it up. And once these are done, then I'm going to take the die set, and I'm going to cut out the flowers and the flower pot. And I'm going to, if you notice these dies in the flower, they come with this center in the center. Now you can cut them out and have them cut them separately, but I chose to keep them in place. I did want them to cut out, but I wanted it would be easier if I just kept them in place and had it cut it all at the same time. So when I cut the flower, it cut the center as well. So I'm taking those out, being sure to keep those little centers with the right flowers. And then I'm also going to take some of those stems or foliage. There's a couple of these stamps that have this kind of tri stems, and I stamped that first one with New Leaf, now the second one with Green Parakeet. And I'm just going to add in a little extra. There's some single stems you can add in. And then I'm also going to stamp 2 leaves, 2 of the larger leaves, and using New Leaf here. And just to mention, all of the inks I'm using are Papertrey inks. So I'm trimming this back, just fussy cutting out this little foliage part. I'm just cutting around them. This straight cut's super easy to do, super fast. And I'm just going to, that's going to be the backdrop for my flowers. And it's just going to sit right behind the flower pot. Now I have put foam tape on the back of the flowers and the flower pot, but I'm going to right now go on to do the frame. So I have a card base that is, I think it's Limeade Ice is the paper, and then Hawaiian Shores for a panel, and then a piece of white Nina white cardstock. And I'm going to take the white and cut out this frame using that frame die. I love this white frame. It is so versatile. and a great frame. And then what's brilliant is you can spice it up if you want to by just adding these lots of dots, or there's others as well, but I'm using the dots this time. And it cuts out these fun dots, and I've just scooped away those dots and set them aside for another day, maybe good for some confetti for another project. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment on that Hawaiian Shore cardstock, which again is a Papertrey paper. And I'm putting some tape runner on the back of this white frame and just positioning it. And see the panel, the Hawaiian Shore panel is just a little bit bigger than the white frame. And then, as I mentioned, I have foam tape on the back of these pots and the flowers. So I'm just taking that little foliage that we cut out and just letting it catch that foam tape on the back. I'm positioning this because I want to get an idea where to put the sentiment. I'm going to use a really simple sentiment. I'm using hello. There, like I mentioned before, there are tons of sentiments that you can use, but for this one I just chose to do a real simple one. Now these little centers, you notice that I put the tiniest bit of foam tape on in the center there, and then stuck the actual paper center of the flower center on top, and so it pops up as well. So now I'm just kind of positioning, just get an idea, well, where can I put that hello? And now that I do have an idea, I'll take this away and I'll take some true black ink, again Papertrey ink, and have that, I had hello all positioned in my stamp positioner, putting some double stick tape on the back of this panel now that that's stamped. By the way, when you stamp these sentiments, just kind of kiss your paper. Don't really push down really hard. I find you get the best result that way. And now I'm just sticking these flowers down, and we're nearly done. This is just how fast and fun this card comes together. And you can use all the different sentiments and come up with all different ways that you can use this card, or you can also make a nice card set that would work well for this as well. So here it is. I just love how cheery it is, and right now I think all of us could use a little cheering up, and that's the thing I just love so much about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you notice here, there's a few of the items that I use, the main items, the You Are My Happy Stamp and Die set, the rectangle die, and the lots of dots. And as for more information and tons more inspiration, pop over to the blog at blog.inktopaper.com. Or you can also go to their store to inktopaper.com, or you can always also go to foiledfox.com. You'll find all those products there. Again, I'm so glad you joined us, and I'll see you next time. Bye.